Hello, welcome to my messy craft room where we're gonna be doing some product photos and product videos. So today I wanted to talk a bit about product videos in particular because I get a lot of questions about product photos and product videos because they are so important. They are so helpful. They are a little bit time consuming. Personally, I feel that they don't take a lot of time, but more that you want the lighting to be right. And so for me, I like to do that during the daytime, which obviously isn't really possible while I'm at school. So today is Saturday, which is when I'm doing this. You can do different like light box options and different things like that, but I just think it's one, easier, and two, looks better with daytime lighting. So I try my best to do my product photos and videos on a day when I can do it in the middle of the day. So that's kind of my story. So we are going to be talking about product videos because I have talked about product photos a couple of times, but we don't talk about videos as much. There's a ton of different ways that you can do product videos, like video previews and stuff like that. You can make them on the computer, you can make them like, you know, digitally and stuff like that. But if it's a printable product, especially I would say if it's a craft or if it's like a card game or like manipulative kind of things, it is so much better to be able to have actual videos of them. I personally love having videos of my products because not only can I use them for my TPT previews, but I can also use them in videos. Like when I'm making videos on Becca's music room, then I can like overlay the videos of the products so that you can see what they look like. I also love using them on Instagram and on Pinterest. So when I do product videos, I will do them both vertically for those two things and horizontally for YouTube and for TPT previews. TPT previews don't have to be a certain way, but I think they look better horizontally personally. So that's what we're gonna do. So first step is just like setting up the area. So if you've watched videos in the past, I've changed this a lot. I used to use a desk in my office downstairs. Then for a while I moved my desk, and so I was using literally like a piece of foam board. I'm gonna use my white desk. I have one that I try to keep really clear. Right now my Cricut is on it, so I just need to move the Cricut over from some crafting supplies before. But like my goal with that one is to use it for product photos, to use it as like a cutting board so I can put my cutting stuff there. I can use my Cricut, so I try like not to put anything else on there. So that's me, step number one. Well, I guess step number two. Step number one is probably that I did print out the stuff. I am very strategic when I do print out my things. I don't necessarily need to print out the entire thing if you have things that look similar. So like I am doing some like games today, and these games are ones where there's a lot of pages where the game is the same but the rhythm is different, and so because it's like a card game situation, and so I don't need to print out all of the pages of the card game. I can just print out one page that has the rhythms and one page of the other things, and then I can print out any variation. So like with my card games, I picked quarter rest. The quarter rest one has the directions, it has the rhythms, it has them in color and in black and white and in stick notation and in regular notation, and it has all the variations, all the things I want to show you. So really think through your product and think, what are the things that I want to show them and what are the things I want to point out in my video so that they will be able to see what it is. Make sure you have all of those things, but you don't necessarily have to print everything out. Then what I'm gonna do is I will go through any other products that are the same but a different level. I'll just do a couple pictures of them, but I'll keep the video the same because I'm lazy. Anyway, so step one is print, step two is clear off the table. I just use this little guy right there to hold my phone. I've had him for years. I don't even think it's on Amazon anymore, so I'll look for something similar. I was gonna buy one for downstairs too, so maybe I'll buy one and link whatever I get. But I just put my phone in there and that's really it. I do like to have a couple pieces of like colored paper down that are kind of my brand colors, just to make it so that it's not like white on white on white. And I stick my phone in there. I usually do vertical videos as I'm like cutting things out because I just think it's just nice to have those things. And then I'll do a horizontal video like kind of acting out me playing the game. And you can either talk over top of that or you can add text later. So I've done it both ways. I'm not sure which one I will do today. And so I find that really helpful. And then I'll usually also do a vertical video with the same kind of thing so that I have all the options. So looking for like vertical videos of things that I can put on Pinterest, things I can put onto Instagram, and then horizontal videos, really specifically thinking about video previews. So like, this is how you play the game, or this is how you do the craft. If I'm doing more like worksheets, then what I typically do is I'll print them out. I'll decide which ones I'm going to fill out, because I don't fill them all out, but you do want some of them to be filled out because it does make a big difference. And so I'll fill out maybe half of them depending on how many I have. And then even with that, I'll fill out half of them filming vertically and half of them filming horizontally, and that way I have options. And then with my video preview, I will usually have some of the videos of me filling out the different things or doing the different activities. There's like a cut and paste or whatever, and then at the end I'll flip through each one so you can see all the things that are in there. I wouldn't recommend just doing a flip through. That's what I actually used to do, but I don't think it's that effective. I find it's much more effective if you can kind of see how it's done, and then I add text over it or a voiceover, usually text for video previews. So that is kind of the lowdown of what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go find my glasses because I don't know where I put them when I changed my shirt because I spilled my lunch all over the other shirt. So I'm gonna find my glasses and I'm gonna clear this off and we're gonna get to it. I'm probably gonna watch something, probably Gilmore Girls. I started rewatching Gilmore Girls a few weeks ago when I was sick, and you know, now I'm in the middle of the series. Paper. I have some extra colors unless I want to change something. Grabbed a couple pencils and egg shaker. Do make sure that the brand is not showing, which pencils are nice because they have flat sides so they don't roll as well. And let's get to it. Starting with one and really thinking strategically about what I want to show at what time. And I'm going to use time lapse for my setting up the game video. So I just got the first set done of this parade game, and so I want to talk about like exactly what I did. So as I am cutting out all the pieces, because they are things you need to cut, I do a vertical video on time lapse that shows me cutting them. I use a paper cutter. This one is like a bajillion years old. I recently purchased one for my classroom that is the, I think it's called the guillotine style, which is a little bit more morbid, but the ones that go up and down, and y'all, it is so much better. So I think I might order one of those for here because it goes super quickly. I've been loving it. But get a paper cutter because it's just so much faster than scissors and you can make straighter lines. Then I filmed a vertical video of me talking through the game and a vertical video of me pantomiming through the game. So basically without me talking, just like pretending I'm playing it. And then I took a couple of vertical photos, flipped it to the side, took some horizontal photos, and then filmed horizontally a video pantomiming and a video talking through how to play the game, so that I just have all the options. My goal is always to have all the photos and all the videos that I need, so I don't ever have to print these out again unless I'm using them in my classroom, which I will, but it kind of felt like a waste. Usually when I do these, I will print out one that like I know I can use in my classroom, but since I'm at a new school, I don't know 100% what I need right yet. So I'm still working on, we're still in the like getting to know Miss Davis. My air conditioner just started working yesterday, so I finally get to have kids in my room after a month of school. And so like, here's the music room, here's what we do in the music room. So we haven't quite gotten to like actual content yet, but it's fine. So I just, yeah. So now that I did the one really intense version, I have 5 sets of the parade game. And so for the other ones, I don't need to do all that, because what I'm gonna do is in the video, I'm just gonna have a little text that says check the description for included solfege, and then I can use the same video for each of my product listings. So for the other ones, I'm just going to take pictures of one page of them. So I will cut these and then I'll do one page because I want the cover to be the correct one, so that way I have a couple photos of each, and then I have like all the photos of one set, and then I'll do pretty much the same thing with my Halloween ones. And that's about all I got for the first half of this video. I will show you how I edit my videos. I used to do it in iMovie, but now I do it in Canva because I was already doing everything else in Canva, and so it just made it super easy to be able to put everything in there. And I find that it's really easy to put text in Canva. So I'm gonna finish this up and I will meet you on the computer. And for those of you wondering where I store my printed out things, that's where. I do usually keep them for a few days just to make sure there's nothing else that I want to add to the photos, like nothing that I missed or anything like that. And then, yeah, just throw them in the recycling bin. I will also say, printing wise, especially printing in color, I use HP Instant Ink, which makes like the biggest game changer ever. I recently got a new printer. It's also HP. I love my new printer. So I will show it to you because I do actually really like it, and I did not like the last one. So anyway, I'll see you in a bit. The other excellent reason to print out your products and do them is because you might have a typo in all 13 versions. 13? Maybe it's 10. I think it's 10. Still. Would not have caught that. Really quickly, I just want to show you how I edit videos, because I do actually edit the videos. So here's a video that I just did. This one does not have audio in it, so I want to make sure that I click that little button so I don't get any weird dog sounds or, you know, me shuffling the papers or the Gilmore Girls in the background. So that's kind of the first step. So I'm going to click edit. I'm going to click up here to turn the sound off, and then I'm going to come down here. If you need to trim it, you can do that here. But what I'm looking at is I'm going to click the little button to brighten it up a little bit. There is an auto version, but I don't use it. I just kind of up the exposure a little bit. The main thing is that you want the whites to be very, very white, and then I put the brightness like way up. Make the blacks darker, up the saturation and the vibrance a little bit, and then I usually turn down the warmth. This one isn't too bad, but sometimes they get a little bit yellowy, and that's kind of my go-to for making it just a little bit brighter on here. You kind of see that's like another one that I did. So basically before and after, it makes a huge difference. So that is that. I have everything all done, and so I'm gonna go and edit. So I'll just usually, like, y'all look at these. We started here, so I'll just go and watch
a TV show and sit here and edit all of these. I like to edit them first so that they're nice and easy, and then I will actually open up my Google Photos app so that it will get into Google Photos, and that way I can easily download them on my computer, or you can airdrop them or send them or whatever. Let me see what this pupper needs. Excuse the mess, this is stuff I'm taking to Goodwill. But this is the printer that I got that I am in love with. It is the HP Office Jet 900, it's like, not, oh, there it is. HP Office Jet Pro 9015. It is great. It prints double-sided, it copies, it has the ink has individual like blue and yellow and magenta, which I like better than having just the one for all of them. And then it holds, one of my favorite things is how much paper it holds. You can't see anything. How much paper it holds, because it holds a ton of paper. My old one barely held anything. It would drive me crazy. Like I couldn't even print out a whole product in one go because I'd have to put more paper in. And just so far, I just really like it. So highly, highly, highly recommend. I will link this one down below. All right, welcome to the video editing portion of this video. I actually edit my videos in Canva. I just find it's really easy to add text, and you can use the same colors and the same text fonts and stuff as all of my other things, because y'all know that I do my covers and my thumbnails and everything in Canva, so this just makes it so much easier. So I just upload the video up here. I either send it airdrop from my phone, or I will download it from Google Photos, and I add it to just a video presentation situation. You can move things around so you can see I'm putting it up a little bit after I already turned the volume all the way off, and I changed the playback speed a little bit because I'm adding a little bar at the bottom for text. So I just added a little box at the bottom, and then I'm adding some text that tells us, y'all, with the typos all the time, that has some of the information that we need for this game. Now, to be honest, I changed a little bit because I filmed this a few months ago now, and after I did this, I realized that you can actually just click split at any point, and then you can have another like little, it'll make another little screen, and then you can add text to that one, and it'll make it a lot easier. So all of this timing thing that I'm doing right here, you actually don't need to do. So instead, just go down to the bottom, go a couple seconds, and then press the split button, and then on the next like page, essentially, you could just put different text, and that will do all of the timing thing. You don't have to mess with the timing and all of that instead. But you can see here, you can adjust it. And so I'm looking through and just making sure I have it, you know, where I want it so that I can add all of the instructions there. So here is the final version that I actually put onto my TBT shop. It just basically goes through the game and has a little bit of information down at the bottom. Obviously, your video previews are going to look different depending on what type of product it is, but for a game, I find that this is really simple. I do, again, sometimes have audio over top of it, but I think I prefer it silent. And as far as music, you can add music, but I've read some studies that said that music makes it hard, like people don't like music in commercials where they kind of have to like think a little bit more, and I have definitely found that's true because y'all do not like music on the background of my videos here when I'm explaining something. So I like to keep it just quiet, and also because personally when I like am not expecting a video to have sound and it has sound, it kind of like freaks me out a little bit. But there's a lot of different ways you can do this, so you know, have fun, and yeah, have a great day.